a sidewalk. You're not supposed to be riding bicycles, e-bikes, or anything on the sidewalk. And even if there was a bike lane, it's nope. Wow, because that's legally they want you to ride with traffic in the bike lane, so they just don't want you to see it coming. That's it. They don't want to see the car behind you that's texting, and I guess kind of in a way, if you're gonna go, maybe that's better. You won't see it coming. Just splat. So if I do ride in the street, I ride on this side. I ride at traffic. I don't care. I want to see somebody swerve, and I want at least a chance of, diving off the bike. When you're in the bike lane, you don't have that chance, even with mirrors and that. It's not worth it. This to me, I did this as a kid on a bicycle growing up, but I didn't get this. Want me to go? Thanks, man. I hope he's bringing my meds. It's so cool today. I use the Strong Outpatient Pharmacy, and they deliver, which is just the absolute coolest. I know, I think everyone does that now, but wow, all my doctors and everything goes through Strong. I do on my chart. I don't really have to do anything. Okay. Still not used to the thumb throttle. I had it on the NAND robot and the Cabot Wolf King GT Pro, but I'd rather have it on the front like you got on Skidoos. That's if you're going to go with a thumb throttle. I would much prefer twist grip. Which I got one for this. When I plugged it in, it didn't work. So I don't want to mess up the controller or anything. So for now, I'm just going to stick with this. It's 3 wires. I'm sure if I take it apart and just solder it, I'm going to give that a try this winter. That's when I'll strip it down to the frame and just go over the whole bike just to see that, to make sure it's okay. I just want to let her go. It's okay. No, I'm just, respect. I'm just letting you go. I don't want to drive them crazy. I've got dogs too. Have a nice one. See, that's one thing, that really does kind of, I want birch bark, I want some birch bark, but I can't take up someone's tree. If anybody out there has some birch bark, send me some birch bark. I want it for my fire kits. So anyway, the ones you see on the trail, the dirt trail, that are walking their dogs, they don't pick up their dog's crap. They let them crap all over the place, and then they see you on the bike, and you get the evil eye. And it's like, hey, look, I'm not harming the trail, and I'm not leaving piles of poop, in the middle of the trail for everyone else to hit. Holy cow. If you're going to do that, just be cool when you see somebody else, coming by, If you're going to do that, you're not showing any respect to, the rest of the people or the trail, so this thing does no damage. These 4-inch wide tires at 12 pounds there in the front, 15 in the back. They're I think the least impact on the trail. Anyone with a mountain bike or the thin-tired street bikes, they do a little bit more damage. And really, no one is really hurting this trail. Don't take me wrong. None of the biker or anyone, they're not harming the trail. It's not getting enough use at all. It's not being abused at all. it's hardly used, in my opinion. I mean, some of the ones the trails that follow the tracks going down to Charlotte, those are the ones that, the dirt bikes and quads, those got tore up. This trail just, it doesn't get tore up, and it really doesn't get used. I mean, share the trails. There's no reason to act the way a lot of people do. I mean, I'm not hurting no one. Myself, if I get creamed by a car. Yeah, pulling in and out of gas stations or going by them is really dangerous. I can't even cross. Holy crap. Holy cow. Yeah, these things really have no suspension. You can't count a spring that is so tight that it doesn't move as suspension. It's not suspension. It's a very harsh ride. So these bikes are not meant for anything other than this. Very smooth. And even these sidewalks are too bumpy. I mean, these bikes is very solid. See, all the guys are still standing there, so these guys can see it's not a lie. One working. So like I said, you got one guy was behind the truck, lightly shoveling cement out, and the other guys, all of them get paid $60+ an hour, just standing there looking at their clipboards. I worked for Budget, I worked for Enterprise, I worked for Hearst, I worked for all of them. They were all really fun temp jobs. Budget was one of the coolest ones. The owner was really cool. Well, this freaked out my son. I just really don't like this inconvenience. This to me is not fun. I should have just stuck with the trail. But live and learn. It looks pretty solid. Yeah, it's solid. They're not the fall. I'm gonna go over there. I took this road thousands of times going out to our cottage in Genesee. But again, that's been a long time. Channel 13's right over the hill. And now I get to head back home. But at least I took a different ride. This one is not a ride I'll be taking again this summer. That just isn't worth it. I mean, Genesee Valley is nice, and I know there's lots of trails, but most are paved, and I don't get there's just no challenge or enjoyment of riding down the sidewalk. And I hate the traffic and stuff. It's not quiet. There's no deer, at least no live deers. And I'm curious if my cam is even on. But I've only gone 11 miles. Got a total, 496 miles on it. So I might have to, I'm going to keep going. I'm going to keep going so I can do an honest 500 mile review. So I got plenty of battery left. It's a beautiful day, and I'm out. Next month I got to go see my primary for a check-in. Not my primary. She couldn't see me on Thursday or Friday coming up, so I'm going to just see one of her assistants for a check-in, and they're not going to believe how much better I'm doing. Just holy cow, just compared to the beginning of this summer, I'm doing just so much better. And COPD is it's progressive. But I've been trying to do everything I can to just, slow it down. I quit smoking over 6 years ago. Quit smoking the other illegal stuff, or it's legal here, but that other stuff, I stopped smoking that like 7-8 years ago. But as far as exercise, it's hard to do anything strenuous when I'm stuck in bed, gasping in and out little breaths, hooked up to the oxygen machine, turned up to 5, and just waiting for it to end. That was the honest truth, just waiting for it to end. And then back like 7-8 months ago, something just clicked, and I started feeling better. And I've been feeling better and better every day. And I'm talking too much, so that, believe it or not, is strenuous. Just talking and babbling is strenuous. So I really shouldn't be babbling as much as I am. But I'm still a little bit off where I am, but I know I'm still on Calkins. I just hate that I've been cut off and almost run it over 47,000 times. I really want to turn down and ride the tracks, but this isn't a dirt bike. And believe it or not, if you see the rocks piled up on the railroad tracks, the faster you go on a dirt bike, the smoother it gets. If you go slow, the bike is really squirrely, you're going to fall, you're going to crash, but it's honestly, the faster you go, the smoother it gets. And I'm not going to even look. But this is the police station, so that's something I was looking forward to riding past, because it feels wrong, even though if it is technically legal to be where I am, it's just a weird feeling to drive right past the police, and have them look at you, and they give you that look like, what are you doing? That's the Monroe County Sheriff's Office, Zone B. Ooh, I gotta pay attention. I'm just waiting. Hey, come over here. But that's one thing. Don't get me wrong. I have total respect for LEOs. I knew so many working at my father's store on Lake Ave. They all knew me back then. The cops were cool enough, if you were cool with them. The cops would be cool with you. It's not like today. I couldn't count how many times they took me home. My poor mother. Oh, my mother was afraid to answer the door anytime she heard a knock. She wouldn't answer the phone. Just hid in the kitchen, smoking cigarettes, drinking coffee, and finally the cops, they knew she